Hey guys, what is going on? Lego Man 1 and welcome back to another video. Today I'll be reviewing the Lego Ninjago Water Dragon set 71754. So in this set you do get 5 minifigs. The first minifig in this set is NRG Nia, and she's probably one of my favourite ones for this wave of Ninjago set, which is Seabound, because I just love the amount of detailing on her torso and legs to actually create this really unique print of a wave. I also really like the amount of translucent pieces as well, including her translucent arm. I definitely think that is really cool, and then the other arm is just like this dark blue. However, with the amount of translucent pieces, I just wish they found a way to actually make those pieces at the back translucent, because it just gives that sort of magic away of like this sort of really cool design of like those translucent pieces. So I just wish they maybe made those pieces translucent. But one of my favorite pieces in this set is actually this really nice sort of like ghost piece. I'm really not too sure how to describe it, but I just think it looks really awesome, and a minifig can very easily slip into it because it is a stud connection, and you just get a bit more of a better look at her legs. But I just think it looks really awesome. I love the design of it in like that dark blue and translucent color, and her hair as well in that translucent blue color is definitely really awesome. Then the next minifig is Prince Calamar, and he's probably one of my favorite minifigs of all time within any Ninjago set, because I just love the amount of detailing included on this minifig, especially with the tentacles mold. I definitely think that is really awesome, and I just love the way it does look, as well as how it did turn out, because I definitely think having that as well as printing is just really awesome on that mold, as well as the amount of detailing on the torso as well is definitely really cool. And then I also really like the mold for the head with like everything on it, with like the color scheme, the printing, the eyes. I definitely think that is really awesome. Then the next minifig in this set is Scuba Zane, and I really like with this new wave of Ninjago sets how rather than just getting the same ninja mask over and over again, they sort of have this twist on it to sort of incorporate scuba diving gear to actually create this really unique design for it. I also really like, rather than just reusing Lego City scuba diving gear, they have their own sort of Ninjago twist on it, which I definitely think is really cool. I also like the amount of detailing on both his torso and legs. Then the next 2 minifigs are the exact same, and that is because they are, hopefully I am saying this correctly, Ray guards, and I definitely think they are really cool minifigs to actually have. I really like the detailing on both their torso and legs in that really nice sort of greenish blue color with like the gold to sort of have their armor, as well as I believe a new mold for the snake head in that really nice black and that sort of, once again, that sort of greenish blue color. I definitely think that is really cool. So in this set you do get 3 builds. So in this set you do get 2 small builds, and the first one is a submarine as well as a shrine. So starting off with the submarine, I like the overall design for it. I definitely think it has a very cool and unique design, as well as the color scheme is really cool as well. And I also like this sort of windscreen piece. I definitely think that looks really cool. However, the only flaw I do have, it's very small, but it's just really annoying, and that is because of this gap it does have. I just think they could have found a way to sort of not have that, because I like the overall design for with like the play feature with like this little part here, but that little gap there is just the one flaw, because I definitely think, as I said, they could have very easily found a way to actually stop that from happening. Now moving on to the shrine, I definitely think this little shrine adds so much more to the set because it's just so unique, and I really like the overall design for with the color scheme as well as the different features and details included. And I also really like how it sort of gives that under the water feeling with like the tridents, the sort of translucent sort of seaweed or possibly like water, and then like the shells and like sort of rock formation. I definitely think that is really cool. I just wish they maybe added a little more to, because there's definitely a lot more studs. They could have added some features like maybe some underwater sea creatures or something like that, maybe some more seaweed. I definitely think they could have added a lot more, but I really love the inclusion of it. And getting the amulet in the translucent blue is definitely really awesome, because I already do have the crystal amulet in like that sort of purple color. So it's really nice to get it in this really, sort of a really nice blue color. I've actually never seen it sort of shine in the light like that. So it's definitely really cool to actually have that piece. But now moving on to the best part about this set, that is obviously the dragon. I have to say, after building this set, this is probably one of my favorite Ninjago dragons in recent times because I just love the color scheme for it with like the dark blue, the light blue, and that sort of in-between blue because I definitely think it works so well. And I just love the amount of detail included within the dragon as well. So we'll start with the head and then slowly work our way down. I really like the mold for the head because I definitely think the detailing on it is really awesome with the eyes and like that sort of scale design on the head. And I also like the sort of sticker as well at the top there. And then we just get a few more of like those sort of water design pieces, and then the neck as well has a really nice design to it. I really like how it does continue like this sort of pattern here with those pieces, and the head is on ball joint so you can move it quite nicely like 360 degrees, and that's what I really like about this dragon. And then moving away down, you sort of have the body part here, and I also really like the wing design in like this really nice fabric. I definitely think that is really awesome. I love the way the wings look. And I also like the motion for them as well. You just sort of like push this part here. It's not as good as I was expecting, like the sort of motion of the wings go up and down. But I really like how they have that feature included. So you just sort of press in, the wings do sort of slightly come up. I might have to check that because there was a technic component in there where like the wings go up and down, and I don't think I did it correctly, so I might have to go back. But you do have some stickers there, and I just wish there was some prints because there's like a 1x2 somewhere in here, I think, which was a stick, and that was really annoying to put on. So I just wish they maybe had a few more prints for this set. And then the body as well has that really awesome design to it. And then the other side is the exact same. I just really love how big it is as well. And then the feet have a really unique design to it. And I also really like the sort of front design there. And then turning it back around, moving our way down to the tail, which I must say I was not expecting it to be this long, especially because of like how sort of floppy it is, because I'm not even putting too much sort of motion into it, it's just really floppy. So I just wish they found a way to actually sort of maybe make the tail a little shorter. I also had a problem, I think it was down here, because of the weight of this part, like it would actually sort of like bend down, so I was a little worried there. But now it seems to be fine because of like how much weight was down here, because of it's only on like the sort of bar and clip attachment to sort of give it that motion, as well as this sort of technic part here where like sort of connects the sort of chunk down here to the rest of the tail. And then the legs are a little different for this back half of the dragon. Yeah, just a little different because of like the design, as you can see, just a little different. And then the tail as well, I really love how it does continue that really nice pattern. I also really like the part usage of using flippers to create, I believe, scales potentially, or just a really unique design for the tail. And then at the back it does have like that sort of water pieces in the translucent blue, but I just cannot get enough of just how floppy the tail is. I just wish they maybe found a way to sort of fix that. But apart from that, that is the water dragon. Compared to seeing this in person rather than on camera, it's definitely a lot bigger than you would expect. And that was my first reaction when I saw this set first built. It was a lot more bigger than I did expect. And I just love how it does look, because I just think everything works so well together with the wing, the overall color scheme. I really love how they do continue it throughout the dragon. The tail design, however, I definitely think they could have made it just a little smaller, as well as find a way to sort of make it not as floppy as it is, because that can get really annoying. I might like accidentally bump it, it would just go crazy. So I just wish they made the tail a little shorter. I love just how sort of able it is to stand on its own quite nicely, because usually with dragons they might have a sort of adjustment where like if you knock it, it will very easily fall over, but this has a really nice sort of stability to it. I love the design for the head, and like I just love how much you can move with, because I did forget to show that the legs do have a attachment where you can very easily move them around. I've actually forgotten the proper name for it, but I really like how that does work, and I also like how you can sort of position it in any way you want with like the head, the tail, and the legs. And I also really like just how very easily you could pick it up in a specific spot and sort of fly it around with like accidentally dropping it, sort of like losing pieces. But apart from that, I believe the manual only does show an advertisement for the other Ninjago sets you can get in this wave, as well as just a few pictures of the dragon and then the other sets for this wave of Ninjago sets. The only one I really want left is I think it's called the Sea Bounty, or yeah, the Sea Bounty, I believe, just that set down there, because that way I'll have all the ninjas for this wave of Ninjago sets. And yes, that is the only two advertisements. And then the box, I really love them, man. This dragon is just too big to sort of fit in there, so I might have to sort of squeeze it just in there. But the box, I really love the art design with like this underwater feeling. I just wish the shrine over there had a bit more of like this underwater sort of feeling with like seaweed or just some sort of like sea creatures. And then the dragon itself is actually 61 centimeters long and or 24 inches. So I definitely think that is quite big, and it was definitely really hard to actually find a spot for it. So apart from that, I would definitely love to hear your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below about this set, because I definitely think it's probably one of my favorite dragons in recent times, just because of how awesome it does look. And I also really like everything included with this set. However, there could have been some tweaks. But as always, guys, hope you guys did enjoy this video and continue to see you. Goodbye!